Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking the last 10 palettes that I've used recently. I initially got this video idea from my friend Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner. I will of course have her channel linked down below as always. This is basically just a fun way for me to recap on the palettes that I tried recently. It's always fun kind of pitting them against each other, ranking them. This one in particular is super painful because I love all of them. This might be the hardest one I've done yet. Every single one of these I could have justified being in the top 5, but alas, something had to be 10 and it was painful. I always love hearing your thoughts on these as well. You seem to enjoy these videos. I love hearing your input on all of these palettes, if you're interested in them, what you think of them, all of that good stuff. Before we hop into it, I did of course film this look. It should already be up on my Instagram and TikTok by the time this video goes up. And as far as my accessories today, I truly do not know where this necklace is from. It is so old, I don't even know how long I've had it. This wig is from insert name here, and this is a CC brand beanie. So yeah, without further ado, let's just hop in and rank my last 10 palettes. All right, I have my pile here in front of me. It is painful. I hate that anything had to be ranked 10, but alas, that's just how it goes. Some of these you may have already seen in my ranking my 2022 palettes because some of these I used at the end of 2022. Some of these I used this year in 2023. I promise you I'm not skipping anything. I keep track of everything as I use it. I'm constantly moving the ranking around as I try new things. And then once I reach 10, that's when I film this video. If you think I'm missing something, it was either in the last ranking, I don't own it and haven't tried it, or maybe I'm trying it in the future and you're watching this in the past and it'll be in the next ranking. I will say there is one honorable mention in this video. I don't personally consider this like a palette, so I didn't want to include it in this ranking, but I feel like someone will yell at me if I don't talk about it, so we'll talk about the honorable mention. The Trove Quad from Blend Bunny. It is so super cute. I mean, just look how gorgeous. It is a little multi-chrome quad. I personally don't like factor this in with palettes because for me this is just gonna live with like my single shadows and be kind of a companion sort of thing rather than a full-on eyeshadow palette, but I will still insert swatches here for you just so you can see it in action. I'm not including this in the ranking just because I don't think of this as an eyeshadow palette, if that makes sense. But getting into the official ranking, ranked to number 10, and again, I have to preface, I really like this palette. I've had a blast playing with it. I've done videos with all of these palettes. I'm pretty sure with all of these, if not most of these at the very least, I've done both YouTube videos and videos on my Instagram and TikTok, so you can check across my platforms and see what you want to see. I will also link all of these palettes down below for you, and I will include any discount codes if I have any. And yeah, let's just get into it. Ranked to number 10, painful. I'm giving it to my Oh Honey 2 palette from Sugar Pill and Trixie Mattel. I've had so much fun playing with this. It is beautiful. It's a little 6-pan palette with a blush and it is so cute. I really enjoy this blush shade. It's so glowy and pretty, and this Buzz Off shade is beautiful. It's like black with gold sparkles on it, and the sparkles actually stick around when you like press it on your eyes. Usually shades like this, I find the sparkle just dusts away and it's basically just a black. Oh, the only reason I ranked this one lower is I do feel like I'm limited in the types of looks I do with this palette. I just feel like this is kind of the vibe you're gonna do every time, you know what I mean? And I do like a 6-pan palette, but I don't know. Every other palette going forward, the color story either speaks to me more or maybe there's a shimmer formula that blows me away. And again, I really don't have anything negative to say about this, but something had to be ranked number 10, and this one ended up being the one. And equally painful, ranked number 9. I can't believe this one is getting ranked number 9 because I adore it. But the Haunted Pumpkin palette from Give Me Glow. I love all things spooky. I love all things Halloween. I love all things pumpkins. These spooky jack-o'-lantern embossings make me so super happy. But alas, it just didn't make the cut for being ranked higher. I think this is gorgeous. The mattes are so pretty. I love the dusty, grungy tones in here. I love the combination of like teal, that dusty green, the oranges, the rusty shades. The shimmers in here have beautiful sparkle and shine to them. But again, just all of the other palettes going forward, either the color story like grabs at my soul more, maybe there's a formula that I like more. And even though again, I don't have anything negative to say about this, I just kind of had to go with my gut and really decide like, what am I vibing with more right now? What would I rather use? What do I think I'm gonna get more use out of in the future? Stuff like that. So even though I love this, it's ranked number 9. I do find myself enjoying this one more than the Oh Honey 2 though. Ranked number 8 is going to be my Lethal Cosmetics Metamorphosis palette. This one is so super fun. I think the shimmers in here are gorgeous. There are some amazing shifty shades. I like kind of the combination of grungy neutral tones paired with the warmth. I think it's a really fun color story. The only reason I didn't rank this one higher is just because, I mean, I'm a broken record, but everything else just speaks to me a little bit more. It's as simple as that. There really isn't any deep meaning. Again, I don't have any issues with this palette. I think it's beautiful. It just doesn't grab me the same way some of the ones going forward do. However, the shimmers in here are absolutely phenomenal, and that's kind of what bumped this one above the previous two. I think this is such a lovely palette, and I'm super happy to have it. Ranked number 7 is my Surrender palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. This one came in the Valentine's mystery box, and I have been really enjoying it. It's like a grungy Valentine's dream. I like these Valentine's tones with the pinks and reds paired with kind of these grungy neutrally shades. I think it's a really fun combo. The shimmers in here are super pretty. There's some really pretty reflective shifty shades. I think this one's a lot of fun. I really like this layout as well, just this long skinny palette, the 12 pan situation. I think it's really pretty. I appreciate the smaller pans because Unearthly does do larger pans most of the time. Overall, I really like this one. And again, it's really hard for me to even pinpoint why I didn't rank this one higher. I think it's just because the top 6 going forward, I was really sure about like wanting to keep ranked high. So this one did end up getting pushed down a little bit further, but I do love it. I love it more than the previous 3 that I talked about. I find it to be so fun and inspiring, very much in Valentine's Day mode right now, and this one is a really fun one to work with. Moving on to number 6, we are getting closer and closer to that top 5. Number 6 is the Ladybug Glow eyeshadow palette. This is a newer palette. I am super excited about this. It is really pretty. I'm super proud of this launch of this new brand. This is such a fun one to work with. I wasn't sure what to expect with this one just because with any new brand, like I don't have any expectations. I've never used them before. I don't know anything. But this one I'm very pleased with so far. The mattes are very soft and buttery. They blend it out so nicely. This bright silver shimmer is so poppin' and intense. And then these two multi-chromes are insane. They are so smooth and reflective. I'm really impressed with this. I think this is a really good first launch. I'm really excited about it. The only reason I didn't really rank it any higher is just because even though I do love the shimmers in here and I love the mattes in here, I almost wish there was like another shimmer in here that was different, or maybe even replacing the silver with something else. I just personally find the silver not being my favorite color to pair with the colors that are in here. It's all very like brights and pastels, and I just have a hard time kind of fitting that silver in here, and that is so nitpicky, I know. But when I'm getting so picky on these rankings, especially with a lineup of palettes that I all love so dearly, I have to kind of pick out little things that make me not want to rank it higher. So probably just that. Maybe I would have replaced the silver with something different. The top 5 are just absolutely amazing, pretty unbeatable palettes. So this one, I do love it dearly. It's definitely deserving of being ranked highly, and I'm very happy to rank it number 6. Moving on now to my top 5 of my last 10 palettes. There are some really good ones in here. Number 5 is my Salem Cosmetics Perfect Happiness palette. This is by far my favorite palette the brand has done yet. It is just so pretty. The shimmers in here are outstanding. She has truly stepped her shimmer game up like insanely. I am so impressed. Salem Cosmetics mattes have always been really good. They're very pigmented and very easy to blend and work with. The shimmers were just a little on the not my favorite side, a little too subtle for me, but these are so shifty and metallic and wet looking and so wonderful. I'm so excited about this one. By far, again, my favorite one that they've done. The one that they launched before this, the Love is Blood, was also really good. It had really amazing shimmers, but this color story, I'm a sucker for blues. This one does speak to my soul, and I'm really happy to rank this one number 5. But the top 4, I love even more, so let's get into those. Number 4 is the new Nomad Verona palette. This is so pretty. This one's actually getting revealed the day that I'm filming this, so I'm super excited for that reveal to happen because I think everyone's gonna be super excited. We have kind of this duality palette. We have like 2 9 pans together, and it's so pretty and fun. I love this bright, punchy, pinky red side, and then the moody, like plummy burgundy blue gray side. I think they're so cool and contrasting, but can play together so, so nicely. I think this is outstanding. Honestly, one of my favorites Nomad has done so far. I think they knocked it out of the park. This is such a good start to the year. I'm super excited to see what else they do for the rest of the year. But the top three I feel very passionate about. Like, as soon as I had all 10 of my palettes for this ranking, I knew immediately what the top 3 were gonna be. Number 3 is my Wicked Widow Beauty Scissor Hands 2 palette. This is so cute. We have an Edward Scissorhands themed palette, and it is so pretty. This was my first time trying this brand, and I've been very, very impressed. I love these grungy, muted, colorful tones paired with these beautiful, shifty, sparkly shimmers. This is mouth-watering. This is very much a me color story. This is what I'm craving for winter time. I love absolutely everything about this. I'm so, so impressed. I'm really looking forward to seeing what else they do. I know they had an original Scissorhands palette previous to this, and this is the sequel to it, so I can't really speak on the original one, but if it's anything like this one, I'm sure it's just as amazing. I'm so happy and impressed with this, and looking forward to seeing more. Moving on to number 2, which I was certain was gonna stay number 1 until number 1 swooped in and stole that spot. But number 2 is my Lethal Cosmetics Evergreen palette. I've been loving this palette. I ranked it so, so highly in my 2022 palette ranking. I just love these colors. We have a mixture of muted grunginess with very bright poppin' shades. These shimmers are so shifty and sparkly and wonderful. I love the blues. I really like these kind of dingy greeny gold shades. I think they're very fun. This is just such a cool palette. I love when a palette can kind of mix bright and grungy tones together. It's just a match made in heaven for me, and this has been such a pleasure to work with. And last but not least, ranked number 1. I don't think this will be a shock to anyone. It's what I'm wearing right now. Number 1 is my Blend Bunny Cosmetics Lure palette. It is magical. This is so, so super pretty. I'm obsessed. I love the smaller sizing. First of all, most of her palettes are closer to 30 shades. This one and the previous one, the All Done Up, have been 24 shades, which I absolutely love. I love that it's a slightly more condensed palette. I love the fact that this just has that nautical mermaid theme and really stuck with it. We have so many beautiful mermaid-esque tones, still with her classic gradient format, but just with such a curated color story, and I love it so much. These shimmers are out of this world sparkly. I love them. Pearl is actually also a multi-chrome shade that she wanted to include in this palette, but she did do the little trove quad separately so that it wouldn't bump up the price of this palette too astronomically, and you can choose to buy those separately if you want to. I love this. I think it is so, so good. She has her mattes down perfectly. I love working with them, and these shimmers are amazing. This is such a me color story. I love a blue, green, purple combo, and this one has just been so much fun to work with. I'm super looking forward to continuing to play with it, and I knew this was gonna be number 1. The second I laid eyes on it, I was like, oh, it's all over. This is number 1 for sure. Not even a question. So yeah, that completes it for this ranking of my last 10 palettes and an honorable mention. I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with my ranking? Did my ranking surprise you at all? What do you think of these palettes? Do you want any of them yourself? Do you have any of these? I would love to chat down below. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me your last 10 most recently used emojis. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me on my other socials. You can join the battybean fam. I am battybean on everything: Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you want, you can subscribe. If you want to see more of my videos, I'm posting most days here as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye. I literally can't stress enough how long I truly sit and think about the ranking order for these videos, especially when it's something like this, where every single one of them I love. I enjoy using all of these. I just love them. So yeah, I pondered for quite a while, for many, many days leading up to this. Really, I'm pondering about it as it builds. Even once I start having my next 2, I'm moving things around, but this was a tough one. This was a really tough one.